So we've just come a little bit away from the hall. On this bridge that we're on, apparently there's a lady that has been shown on this bridge, and she shows herself as a grey lady. She's been seen on numerous occasions, and apparently she chucked herself off this bridge, and it's down there. If you did jump off there, you'd definitely be dead. At the back of us also is Pelo Woods, which is also supposed to be haunted, and maybe tonight for the first time we'll go out and do a little bit of investigating in the woods. I don't think I've done anything outside for a long time, so we might do that later on as well. So behind me you can just see the Vane Tempest Hall, and we actually are now in the graveyard. Now this graveyard is full of dead bodies from when the Vane Tempest Hall was used as a smallpox hospital, and all the bodies came into this graveyard. Now apparently somewhere in this graveyard there is a pit where apparently they put all the bodies. I've just been trying to find it, because apparently when you step on that area of grass it is quite spongy. But I've had a quick walk around in the light, and unfortunately up to now I haven't found where the pit is. So we will continue on and get on to tonight's investigation at the Vane Tempest Hall. One of the stories of the hall is the ladies' toilets is supposed to be haunted. Like everywhere you go, it's always the ladies' toilets. And again, here there's another story of a little boy that supposedly haunts the ladies' toilet area. So I'll put a couple of balls down to see if he wants to play and move them. So we'll see if anything happens later on. We just had a quick recce without the camera, and nothing really happened. Up to now anyway, it's quiet. We just started the investigation. So it's 12 o'clock. The little boy's here who likes to haunt these ladies' toilets. I've left you a couple of balls to play with on the floor. You're quite welcome to come and play with them. I'll move the balls if you want to. It's amazing that there's always a story about the ladies' toilets being haunted. Can you move these balls for me? You're quite welcome to come and play. That was the door. Oh,
Yeah?
just heard the door.
You heard the door?
Just heard the door.
Why?
Sounded like it was upstairs. Just heard the door shut.
Yeah, you heard that side.
It sounded like it was above me. That was you. If it was you, I'm not saying it was, but if it was, can you possibly move the door again? Is that you moving the door? Slam it shut. Yeah, it just sounded like a door not slamming. You know when like one just like shuts too. But I didn't hear like a squeak or anything. It's just like a door just pulling to, like a car door, that sort of sound.
Yeah, I can't say I heard anything myself.
Is there anybody here with us now in this corridor? John, caretaker, are you here with us? You want to flick the kettle on? That's fine. We know you like to brew. And we know that you made everybody a brew and made them feel very welcome when you came into this hall. The reports are that you're always putting the kettle on, even after you've passed, which is fantastic. Could you do that for us tonight? Can you put the kettle on for us? The water you can hear is just the water dripping in the urinals. So what we might do later on, if there's not much happening here, we might just venture out into the woods. It's not something I usually do, to be honest, but as a one-off, I'll just go to the world tonight. This is takes us up to the top of the hall. Big spiral staircase. Unfortunately, at the top of here, it's all offices now, so I can't get in any of the rooms, unfortunately. So really that's as far as I can go. I think that room there leads to the tower, and I believe that they used to take guard up there. And apparently look for tanks for invasion. Let's say the history of the hall is fantastic. It was built in 1863, and then in 1884 it became a smallpox isolation hospital. Apparently there was thousands of deaths due to the pandemic. A lot of the bodies are in the graveyard. Some say they were just put in the pit. We tried to find the pit before, because apparently when you stand on it, the story is it's really soft, as if like you just stood on like a sponge. So we had a quick walk round when we had a couple of hours of light before, but unfortunately I didn't really see where it could be. I'm not even sure if the story is true or not, I really don't know. But the woods are quite spooky, they're supposed to be haunted as well. And to get to the woods you've got to go over the bridge, where somebody apparently jumped off that bridge, and she's been seen apparently as a grey lady. So we might venture out later, weather permitting. There's lots of stories about this place being really, really haunted. But there again, somebody actually messaged me and said that they'd been here and got nothing, which was quite refreshing, to be honest. For somebody to say that they've been somewhere and got nothing, a bit like ourselves, we always admit it if we don't get anything. So that was quite refreshing. But you know, you can't go off a night, I suppose. You know, if we don't get anything tonight, it doesn't mean to say this place isn't haunted. You know, let's say a lot of people have been here and got absolutely loads. I was speaking to Megan before, who let us in the building, and she said that, you know, a lot of groups have got loads of stuff. There's quite a bit of stuff on the internet as well. There's not a lot of history on the internet of this place at all. It was started off as a militia barracks, so we think that's why there's not much history on it, because of all the secretiveness. So you really do have to delve
into the history books, and even then it's hard to find much history about this place. So we'll go down again, see what happens. One does open tonight. I'll show you here. I don't know where Alan's gone. He's gone into one of the rooms. He's down there. I wonder where he's gone then. Got anything?
No,
Nothing?
nothing so.
No, me either.
So come outside the hall. Another story of the Vane Tempest is apparently where I am now, I'm stood on the balcony. These behind me are office units or shops, and a black figure has been seen up on this balcony, and apparently one of the shop owners has seen this figure, I think a couple of times. We don't know what this figure is, it's just seen as a black shadow. I know down below here it was the like an exercise yard for when it was a barracks, so maybe it was something to do with that. There was a true story of a soldier that actually blew himself up, so we're not sure if that is a spirit that is seen up here. We really don't know.
So this is the top of the balcony. As I say, this figure has been seen on a couple of times. I think it was the tattooist whose shop, so I have to be careful where I walk, is the tattooist was at the end. I think it's the shop at the end of this, and apparently he's seen this black figure a couple of times. Down there is the exercise yard when it was a militia barracks. As I said, there was a soldier, a true story of a soldier that did blow himself up. If there's a spirit of a soldier with us on top of this balcony, can you show yourself as a black mass to me on this camera? I'm pointing the camera. Can you show yourself at the end of this balcony? Can you walk towards me? Is it true that you blew yourself up? Are you the ghost that's been seen? The spirit person? If it is, can you show yourself to me tonight? One of those rooms over there, unfortunately we can't get into, but that was one of the dead room, they used to call it, where they used to put all the bodies of all the people that died during the smallpox pandemic. But unfortunately, because it's an office, we can't get in there. A house at the other side, and sometimes when she sees people outside she calls the police, so I'm waiting for the police to arrive, and if they do I was going to call it Busted in Durham this video, but there's no police arrived up to now, but I'm waiting. I think this may be the tattooist. Yeah, there's the tattooist studio in Durham. Now I think he is the one who has seen the black shadow. Can you tap on this door? Door number 3. Can you make a noise on that door? Can you move the door handle? And surprisingly, it's not moved. Right, so we'll go back down now, back into the hall. So I've got to be careful where we walk, because there's plants and planters, and it's on very, very narrow. So the part of the building that I'm in now, this would have been the militia barracks area of the hall. And then in 84, when it became a smallpox isolation hospital, this would have been used as one of the wards. There's been, I think it's about 1 o'clock in the morning now. There's been nothing at all I can say that this place is haunted at the moment. Nothing's happened, apart from maybe I heard a door, but that, to be honest, could have been anything. And as you can hear in my voice, the acoustics in this building, sometimes if you speak, sometimes it sounds like a whistle afterwards because of the acoustics, and it makes me wonder at a lot of the noises that I heard in this building, with the acoustics of it in here, anything outside that travels in here could be the noises that people are actually hearing because it's so amplified. And if I whistle now, you can really hear that echo. It's, it's supposed to be haunted by John the caretaker. He's supposed to put the kettle on. We've asked him to do it on numerous occasions tonight, but he hasn't done so. He used to make everybody a cup of tea and make everyone feel welcome. Apparently he used to come, everybody that came into the hall, he used to say, have a cup of tea. So we've asked him to put the kettle on tonight, but he's not done that up to now. So hopefully later on, John will do. Also speaking to one of the guys as he was leaving, he actually slept in this hall one night. He doesn't believe in ghosts at all. And there used to be a lady that worked here, a trolley lady, I think her name was Gladys or Mary, I'm not sure now what he said. And he came down the staircase and he thought he saw her. And that was about 20 years ago, he said. He doesn't really believe in ghosts, but he said that's the only thing that happened to him. But yeah, it's stayed quiet up to now. In this hall tonight, anybody that wishes to communicate with me, I'm asking you with total respect to come forward. Give me a sign over here. Anybody from the militia barracks? Anybody here from when it was a smallpox hospital? Or anybody that worked here? I'm on my own in this room. Can you come forward? Give me some type of sign that you are here. Make a noise for me maybe. See footsteps. Come touch me. Don't be shy. My name is Phil. Travelled a real long way to come and see you tonight. With respect, can you come and introduce yourself to me? I whistle. Could you whistle back for me? Whistle back for me. Say we've been in the hall, this is probably, even though nothing's happened, this is the room that I feel if anything was going to happen, it would happen in here. Don't know why, but it's just because it's a big room, I don't know. For all the history that this building has got, all the death that was in this room, the poor people who was in this room as an isolation hospital with the fever and the vomiting, who must have had a horrible, horrible death. Please come and tell me your story. If you want to touch my hand, you're quite welcome. I invite you in, or anybody else I invite in. I'm inviting you to do anything you want to do. Even if you want to come and harm me, which is probably unlikely, but if you do want to harm me, then you're welcome to. If you don't want me in this building, then let me know. Move on the doors. Probably that's one of the other phenomena that happens in this place, is a lot of the doors slam to. There's also been a lot of murmuring that's been heard in the building. Unfortunately tonight I haven't heard anything, so I'm still waiting for that one as well. We hear you move, we hear your footsteps like this. Any soldiers here? Any soldiers that wish to communicate with me? From the militia barracks. Usually military spirits are quite strong. Is there anybody here tonight in the military? Maybe you don't want me in this room, if there's a lot of secretiveness. Above me was also the officers' mess, where the officers' quarters was. Is there any officers that wish to come and stamp their authority on me? Then you're quite welcome to. Hear your voice. Show yourself in light around me. Again, very, very quiet. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try a little bit of EVP, because this is another thing, you know, a lot of ghost programs that I watch on telly nowadays, they have these little dictaphones, and every time they use them on TV, noises come out of them. It's never happened to me before. I've tried it on a few occasions, tried it a lot at Derby Jail when I was there. Nothing happened there, but I will try it again tonight. Let's keep having a go, see if we can get something. So I'm calling out to the spirits of the Vane Tempest Hall. I'm asking any person, be it military, or for when this place was a hospital, or anybody that worked in this building, to come forward I have this little device in my hand with a little orange light on. Please come forward and give me a message through this device. Come and speak through this device. Give me a message. Tell me your name. Or anything you wish to say through this device, then come and say it. So play that back.
So I'm calling out to the spirits of the Vane, Tempest, Vane. I'm asking any person, be it military, or when this place was a hospital, or anybody that worked in this building, to come forward. I have this little device in my hand with a little orange light on. Please come forward and give me a message through this device. Come speak through this device. Give me a message. Tell me your name. Or anything you wish to say through this device, then come and say it. Don't play that back.
So in this room, as I say, it was used as a ward at some point when it was a hospital, but if you actually, the weird thing is, if you look up there, there's windows. Now, what there would have been when it was a military barracks, that would have been the upper floor where the officers' quarters was. So, in theory, halfway up there would have been a ceiling, if that makes sense. So this would have been a room, a drill hole, there'd been a ceiling, and then up there would have been another floor. Where the windows are would have been the military headquarters.
Megan was telling me before we started the investigation, when I was having a little chat with her outside, she said people who come here and travel all the way from London to visit this place. So that's dedication for you. But it really is so quiet. There's just nothing happening at all to say this place is haunted because there's nothing. I can't even up to now say it's a maybe. It feels really nice to me. I don't know what else to say. There's nothing else to say, because nothing's happening. Nothing at all is happening. I've come here with a total open mind before people saying, or be saying to me, I know what they're going to say, you came because you're sceptical, you came with a closed mind. No, I haven't. I've come here with a total open mind. I'm open to anything. I've opened it up to anybody that wishes to come forward, to come and communicate with me. And nothing at all has happened to me.
Right, I've come outside the hall. I can't shout because there is some houses behind me, but this is the bridge now where the lady threw herself off this bridge. And she's shown herself apparently on numerous occasions down this bridge. I've come out on my own now. So I've got to be careful where I put my foot in because it's so dark. I'm just following my way with the night vision. So I switch the infrared off, that's how dark it is. So just lighting my own way with the night vision of the camera. I can't remember the story why she threw herself off. I thought she had an argument with a boyfriend or something like that. I can't really remember. But I don't know if you can see down there, but can't really see on the camera, but it's a hell of a drop down there. So we're walking across this bridge. So there's a lady here in grey that wishes to show herself and walk towards me. Then please feel free to do so. Come and show yourself to me on this camera. I've got to be very careful where I'm walking because I can't see a thing. Yeah. But this bridge now takes us in to Peely Woods. I think I pronounced that right. That's also supposed to be haunted as well. So it's a long time since I've done this sort of thing. I don't think I've done it ever, to be honest, gone into a haunted wood by myself in the middle of the night, but it's the first time for everything. I'm really more afraid of anybody living in there, to be honest, than the dead. It's absolutely pitch black now, so I've got to be very careful where I'm walking. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch this camera off and then I'll meet you back in Peely Woods. Definitely quiet, you can hear a bit of traffic noise off the main road, and that's about it. But you think there's going to be living people here more than probably dead people, to be honest. Is there any spirits with us in these haunted woods? Any spirits, if you want to make a noise or make yourself be known, and come forward. Come and walk towards me in these woods. I'm all alone, it's pitch black. Now's the chance to come and spook me. It's funny because as I was walking to the woods there was a burglar alarm going off and it was the co-op funeral shop. So I don't know what anybody's doing robbing that place. But then I thought, if the police come and they see me coming out of the woods, they'd be thinking it's me. If there's any spirits here, can you show yourself in front of this camera for me? Show yourself in light form. Are you here? I haven't even heard really any animal noises. I'm expecting there's a big river somewhere. I think it's further down there. As you turn right you can see, I think it's Durham Cathedral you can see. Don't want to venture too far. Doesn't even look like there's anything in the woods that wants to play. Right, one last chance. Are you here? Any spirits of Peely Wood? Make yourself be known. Nothing.